So in append mode, let's say I have downloaded departments and it went to some specified path. Now again I executed the same command. What will happen? Again the same data will be downloaded and append to an existing path. If you didn't use the append, when you execute next time, what it will say, the directory is already exists, I cannot create. But if you use append hyphen hyphen append, what it will do, it will consider append the data to that specific files. I mean specific directory. It will not override the data, it will just append the data. It will not override the existing data, it will just append the data. And as our file, as I said, as our file data set, I mean data file, as sequence file, as Parquet file, you can do that. These are all normal import. Okay, so while importing the data, as I said, by default it is a comma is a delimiter when you are importing through Sqoop. If you are doing hive, don't get confused with the hive on this. In a hive it is a control A character, but when it comes to the Sqoop, it is a comma delimiter. It is a comma delimiter. So what you need to do, if you want to change your delimiter, hyphen hyphen fields terminated by, hyphen hyphen fields terminated by. So you can specify whatever the delimiter you want to give, you can give pi, or you can give tab, or you can give hash, or you can give whatever the character you want to give. And lines terminated by slash n. Lines, I mean each, it has to divide row by row, right? So lines terminated by slash n. How many mappers you want, you can take those many mappers. Forget about the output directory. For whenever you execute any Sqoop, okay, what it will do, it will start create a class file for each table. It will start create a class file .java file for each table. It will be making use of the same table for the further process. Okay, and if you want to give specific path, and this is the specific path that all Java files will go into that. All Java files will go into that. Okay, so let's see, split by column also we have seen already. So just move that, and where condition also we have seen. Hyphen hyphen where condition. You can specify your where condition, where class. So whatever the things you want to bring it up, you can bring it up. Another important one, I want to import all the tables from the database. This time you have to specify your database here. From the database, whatever the files you want, whatever the tables you want to import. Like let's say if I say all import hyphen all hyphen table, it will import all the data. Okay, it is not like one file it will import, one file will not import. It will import all the data table wise, table by table, table by table, table by table. How it will be done? It's very simple. Import hyphen all table, and this, and we start to specify. So and I'll show you today. So every time you are entering the same, right? This is common, right? This part is common. Your username, password, connection URL, this is common. This part is common, right? So how I can avoid that? So there is something called options file. I already there. Yeah, options file. What you will do? All your query. Like let's say I'm creating some file for import. So import also I don't need to give. Import also I no need to give. Let's like look at here, guys. And one more thing we need to very careful here. Import has to be in one line. Hyphen hyphen connect has to be another line. This JDBC it has to be another line. Your username has to be another line. Password has to be another line. And pass hyphen hyphen password and password has to be, all should be single lines. Otherwise it will not work. Okay, otherwise it will give a problem. So in the earlier version I have tried, it was giving you a problem. I mean, I think this version also it will give a problem. Please check it. So what you need to do, you need to create one file. You just create one file and keep these things into that file. And how can I make use of it? Very simple. Sqoop hyphen hyphen options file, and you just need to give the file name and whatever which table you want to bring, how many mappers you want, and the rest of the things are same. Target directory and all. So here you didn't repeated your username, you didn't repeated your password, you didn't repeated your connection URL. You didn't you didn't what you call even you didn't use the connection URL. So everything is there in the same options file. Okay, so let's go back. We are talking about importing all tables. Yeah, here only below only it is there. So import all tables, you can just import all the tables. Okay, if you want to import into Hive, yes, look at here, you can import into Hive table as well, and you can specify the database name, or you can give a specific database name here and import Hive table. Hive override, create a Hive table, as a text file. So we can do this as well. Any doubt till here? I know that I'm going little fast here, but I hope because we are all familiar with it. That's the reason I'm not, going in detail and explain this. We are all already familiar. We have seen last 3 classes we are doing the same. So it is just changing the parameter. Okay, just changing the parameter. There won't be any effect, or there won't be any, I can say side effects. There is no side effects to specifically explain about it. That is the reason I'm going little fast. I hope everyone able to follow. Anisha, Gautami, Kishore, Rakesh. Or if you want me to go and execute each and everything, I can go ahead and execute each and everything. So it's really no problem. Okay. So execution, copy pasting, it is taking some time to load and all. So I don't want to waste that time. So that is the reason. You guys try it. Anyway, this file I'll be sharing with you guys. You try it. And if you face any problem, we'll discuss about it. So this is options file. You can look at here. You can also have a reference. Already have given reference in this. You can have an incremental import. The most important thing. The most important thing for interview purpose as well as in the real time. What is the incremental import? Let's say guys, I have a table which is called employee, which has under 100 records are there in that. Okay, let me take here. Let me open notepad. Now let me open this. I have one table. I have line 3 rows in this. Let's say I have 100 rows like this, and I have columns as well. You can take anything here. I'll take ID. I'll take name and date of join and salary, DEPT, department, and I can give grade. Okay, these are my columns. Okay, I can say here department is ID is 101. I can take name is Hadoop. Date of join is some, just take 1 because the column is very small. The column is very small. 1 salary is 100. Department ID. Let's see. Next 102. HDFS. He's also joined the same date. Let's say this is 150. Let's see. Let's see. And so on. Okay. I'm not going to and so on. Now I have imported this. I have imported to HDFS. I have imported to HDFS. When I import this table, I got the 2 records. In this file, this is HDFS file, guys. So this is HDFS file. I got 2 records here. One part file will be there. In the part file, 2 records I got it. I got it 2 records. Now this day I have imported into this file. I got the 2 records. Now second day I may got some more records in this. There may be a chance something has been modified here. Let's say the new records are added. The new records also I want into HDFS. New records also I want into HDFS. So job 1 it is, job 2 it is. Job 1 it is, job 2. Job 1 is given you 101, 102 records, and job 2 let's say 103, 104. So I want into a same table, or I can say it can be Hive table or it can be any table. That's what I shown you, right? While you are importing data from Sqoop, from RDBMS using Sqoop, you can also create a Hive table, right? I want it in the same table or same file, or I can say same directory. So what I will do, I will start into the same location. Ideally, what I'm trying to say, in the same location. Initially, I imported 101 and I imported 103, 104 in the second job. So this has to be done incrementally. I see in the job 1, when you do job 1, all the records, whatever the date table, all the records are came. When you execute job 2, it is not fetching the old records. If you observe closely, it is just fetched only 103, 104. How it will understand that? How he will understand that? Oh, already yesterday downloaded for 101 and 102. Today I need to import only 103, 104. How it will understand that? So to making understand that is called incremental update. It is called incremental updated. Let's try look at guys here. So these are the tables I have. Okay, these are the tables I have. In this, let's take what is there in winners. I want to see how many records. Okay, runners. Okay, fine. Okay, now let's take runners only. Okay, or winners, whatever it is. Let's take a runners. 1 2 3 4 5 5 records are there. Okay, I want import these 5 records. Tomorrow there may be some more records come to this table. I want import them as well. Okay, now how to write that query? So if you go with a normal import, what will happen? What will happen? Every time it will import the same data along with the duplicate data. Every time it will import same data along with the duplicate data. So let me make use of the same only. If let me see department, how much data is there in the department? Okay, it has quite amount of the records. Then I'll go with this only. So 2 to 10,000 or 1 lakh. Okay, this many records are there. So now I'm going to import this. Look at guys, everyone. It's very simple. Query is very simple. I can use here options file. Okay, instead of doing this, I can use options file. Okay, so from here, since import, I can go, but I'm just making use of this. So don't worry about this slash. This is the line breaker in Linux environment. Not only for the scope, you can use for any command in the Linux. Any command in the Linux. Okay, I'm creating my target directory like this, and I can also use hyphen delete target directory if the directory is already available. If the directory is already available, I can use the delete target directory. Okay, so let me go ahead and first check whether the directory is there or not. If the directory is there, first remove and we'll go with a smoother way, then we'll see. Now I'm using hyphen append, and I'm using fields terminated by this. I can change this. Okay, instead of comma, I don't want comma, I want dollar. Okay, and alliance terminated by this, and incremental mode is this, and check column, and I'll tell this what are they. Okay, first First, let me show you normal import, and let me show you what is a drawback over there, and then let me show how incremental import works. Sqoop import connect. It's up to you whether to give a port number or not. Hyphen table departments. We already seen this problem yesterday. Okay, hyphen target dar slash, we can take one import dept. Okay, done. So I'm not using anything else here. I'm just importing the data. It actually takes time. That's the problem. Another problem. I'm going to show you normal import. I want to show you the difference. I want to show the drawback. No, I cannot say drawback. It's like limitation. It's taking quite a long time. Import dept. Data is imported. Okay. Now let's look at here. Go to a table. Insert into departments, values. I'm giving 1,01,000. I just say something else. You can say any name here. I have given like this. I have inserted two new records. I have inserted two new records. Now I want these two records also into my here in a HDFS. Look at here. It is showing this range. Okay, it will be surprising. These two are empty because the way the files are looks is different. The range is different. That's the reason I already explained this. Okay, so that is the reason it is coming. Okay, now last two records will add it into last third only. Anyway, your 001 and 002 will be empty. Okay, so because there is no records found in that range. If I execute the same command, what will happen? By seeing this command, if I execute again, what will happen? Can anyone tell me? If I execute the same command one more time, what will happen? Anil? Gautami, Saraswati. If I execute the same command again, what will happen? By seeing the query, it was the query last time I executed. If I execute the same query, what will happen?
It will added those values to the department table.
It will add the
Values which one we added to the recent one. It will
mhm,
add it to the departments table.
it will add it here. Observe the query. That's what I'm trying to say. Observe the query. Exactly. The query will fail, saying that the directory is already there. Right? I
Okay.
don't have append here.
Pen.
Now it will work. Now it will append. It will not override the existing one. It will again freshly downloading and putting into the same directory. Again freshly importing the data and putting into this directory. It means four more files will be added here. Four more files will be added here. I think job is still running. Job is still running. Done. Go here. Four more files has been added here. If you see last one, new records has been added. The last range, this is the range, right? So anyway, it will go to last mapper only. But that's not our problem. Here, you are getting the duplicated data in this. Here, the whatever the data is the same data is there in other, right? But my intention was to import only the updated records. I don't want the old records. I want to only newly added records. I don't want the old records. So in that case, I have to go with the incremental import. Incremental import. How will I do that? How will I do that? Look at guys here. Sqoop import same. Everything is similar. You don't need append here. You can also remove that. Okay, it's not required. And incremental import anyway I specifying append here. And check column. This is the checking column. And last value. Initially I'll take 0. From the 0 will take. From 0 will import. Look at guys this one. How it will work. I'll say incr. Okay. Incredip. Inc. It's better I hope. I'll keep a different name. Incremental department hyphen departmental. Okay, let's look at this one. If I'm going to execute this, I don't need to do all this save output files and all. That's why I'm not executing that. And if it's observe, my delimiter is dollar and my new line terminator is slash n. Okay, so all other aspects also will cover in this query. Okay, it is done. So what it is suggesting you, it's already imported, but if you see here this info log, incremental import complete. To run another incremental import of all the data following this import, supply the following arguments. Supply the following arguments. If you see, that's what, right, this is most important to understand. Incremental mode append, check column is this, and last modified value. Your incremental tool itself will telling you your last modified value is this, or you create Sqoop job. You create Sqoop job. We'll talk about the Sqoop job later. Okay, we'll talk about the Sqoop job later very detailedly. So the next import, what I need to do, my last value should be this. This is most important, guys. So why, so we'll be keep looking at the logs to understand what it is telling and what info, and some info sometimes warning, and this is always good to try to understand the logs. Okay, now let's go ahead and see whether what has been downloaded. What is the path? User Hadoop one, I think. Yes, it's Incre, right? It's Incre department. All departments are there. First one 2 to 16, and if you also observe, what is the delimiter? What is the delimiter, guys? Dollar. What is the delimiter? Dollar. And we do not have anything here because the range, you do have some values here. Now I do not want to disturb these guys. Now I'll go to my table. um, 270. I just want to give to other 270 range, 280, 270, 280. I'll add two more columns. That's it. Here I need to have a third column. Third means 500 to 750. 500 to 750. 50, 510. This is 600 for difference, nothing else. To make sure some difference. Now, what I have done, I'm adding four more columns to my data. Four more columns to my data. Now, sorry, four more rows to my data. Now, I have added four rows to my data. Now, I have added four rows to my data. Let's see how it will impact on the next import. Now, I need to modify. It's clearly telling that, boss, you need to import incremental append, and the check column should be this, and the last modified value should be this. The last modified value should be this. You import next time, you import next time with iteration 2, it is. Iteration 2. Here, 1 lakh 3 I need to give. I can just copy paste these three columns if I want. These three things I can copy paste. I can give one, I can take only this value. Okay, remaining everything is same. Look at, guys, here. Save. I don't need to Java files, but I can take it, no problem. telling some problem. No rows detected since the last import. Maximum ID query free from incremental import. Department ID. Department underscore ID. Incremental import based on the column import ID. No new rows detected. Why? We okay. 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 Guys, tell me. Can you anyone tell me why it is? Can anyone tell me why it is?
You are given last row as 1 lakhs. This one thousand 10,000 something.
Exactly. So I'm trying. I have added these records. I have added these records in between the lesser than last range. The lesser than last range. So that's why it's saying that I didn't find any new records. That's why it's telling that I didn't find any new records. So the last value, whatever the new records will come, so it will be after this range. It can easily find. But the unfortunately I have given to make to get the data into other two files also. I have added in between. Okay, so that's the reason it's not able to capture. Let me add only one record. Let me add only one record, and also it's a primary key, right? Then I have to change it. Okay. Then what about the new records which is added in middle? So how they will come? How they will come? How I need to bring them? Sorry guys. I'm feeling I'm suffering from cold. Okay, while it import, I'll explain why it is not imported. Okay, because of the range I have given, the last value it is look for this. It here it will find the min and max of the range. So we have this boundary query, no? This boundary query will be queried like this. So it will take the first, here it will take 1 lakh 3, and then it will take the last value, last maximum value, actually max of the value. So then it will find the query. So let's look at, you can see here, it might have already launched the query, boundary query. See the boundary query. So the boundary query select minimum maximum in this, from where department ID is this starting, because I have given the last value, and department ID which is less than this, the maximum value. So that was the reason it is looking for that boundary. That's the reason the data was not there. But what if I want to that data as well? There may be a chance. There may be a chance where it's not always automatic incremental, right? So there may be a chance I may need to I may insert the data in between, or there may be a chance the data which I might have modified it. I might have modified the old data. Let's say the two fitness I might have modified to fitnesses. So they thought footwear plus shoes, I may added something else. So that value should come. The modified as well as inserted should come. How we can do that? How we can do that? So in incremental append, there are two modes. In incremental, so not append, incremental, there are two modes. One is append, other one is lost modified. Lost modified. Lost modified. So what the lost modified will do is, look at here, is there in below only. What lost modified will do, it'll 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 try to understand last modified. Okay, it will see for import we have given the ID, department ID as a check column. But for last modified, what we will do, we will give a date column table in the date column in the table. Date column in the table. That date column, whenever insert a new record, the date will be changed there. The date will be changed there. When you modify the table, any existing column, the date will change there in the date column. It has to be actually that date column means the last modified. I'm putting one column there. It's last modified. Either the column is modified or new record inserted in between the range. So the date will change. So while I'm querying it, while I'm importing it, I will specify last modified and I'll specify the last date. I'll not specify the value like 1,000, 2,000. No, I will specify the today or yesterday date or day before yesterday date. So till yesterday I have imported all the data. So today I have made some changes. I have modified some values. I have inserted some records which is there, which is out of, which is there below the range of last import. Now date is today, no? Date is today, right? So last value was yesterday date, right? If I give yesterday date, whatever the data has modified or inserted, the date value, based on the date value, it will bring all the records. That is called other mode of incremental. So last modified. It's done, it seems. Yeah, it is done. It's also giving you some values and all. We can go ahead and check it. We can go ahead and check it. Incremental. Incremental. So why still this range missed? Maybe some range might have given wrongly. This has this value. This has this value. Yep. So I found the difference here. Now for last modified, you should have a date column. That's why I should have some table here with the date. With the date, we can give the date. Okay, we can give the system date or something. You can give the default data, you can give the system date, whatever it is. Okay, you can give the date. You can last modified as a, you create one column, update the date every time you are inserting the data. So system date automatically will take the system date for this modification. You modify some records and add some records and you do that, and based on that you query it. So the date will be changed automatically, so you can easily query the modified values based on the modified values. So that, take it as an exercise and do it. Okay, take it as exercise and do it, and um, see the results. Okay, this is about incremental import. This is the most important thing, so try to understand how it will work and all. And the next one is, I already told you to do hive part, how to import hive tables, number of mappers, and the hive override. These things you try it. And the next concept which is pending is export. Okay, we will talk about the export. We'll talk about export in the next class. So for now, uh, we will dispose. And if you guys have any doubt, please stay back and ask me, else we can leave for the day. And I think Anisha, you are facing some problem sometime before. Do you want me to look into that, or you have solved?
I have solved it, Vera. It's fine now.
Okay, so you guys can do it. Okay, you guys go through this document. I'll share today itself. I think I have already shared. If not, I'll share one more time. So please execute all the commands which is there in this. Yeah, it's export and creating a job. Now I realized create job. These two I'll be covering in the next class. Any doubts? Export also is there here. You guys can try it once. Any doubts, guys? Okay.
Where this document will be available, in shared folder or in GitHub?
I'll put in the share folder now.
Okay, fine.
I'll
Thank
put
you.
it. So I have sent individual. I think I didn't send to your group. I'll send it now.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you. Thanks.
okay, fine. Thank you guys. Bye.